Hello, faculty. Today I'm going to be using AI as a way to create knowledge checks for my course. And I'm going to use both the faculty's lectures and the textbook information to create these knowledge checks. And I've already got some up here that I've created for this faculty member, but I want to walk you through the process that I did. And I've got everything set up and ready to go. And the first thing I need is my little buddy right here. My Copilot is what I am going to use, and we're going to kind of set the stage for our Copilot today. We're going to give it a role, and I'm going to tell it we are today psychology professors, and we're creating knowledge checks for a chapter in our lecture, and this is going to be geared towards junior undergraduate level. So I'm asking it to give me 2 knowledge-based questions. I am going to add one more thing. These should be multiple choice or multiple answers. Not that I don't like other types of questions, it's just for our knowledge check set up in Blackboard Ultra. These are the 2 types, and you can see them up there, the multiple choice and the multiple answer questions. There we go. And do you understand? So now it's not going to give me the things, it's just going to ask the questions. Great. Now I need to start giving the text, and I'm going to tell it that. I am going to give you several pieces of text. After each reply, I understand. So this, again, it's not going to start going right into that response. It's going to just assume, or it's just going to take in this information that I am going to give it. Good. And I've got my textbook set up already over here. So I have read this, and I've also looked at the lecture. I do know the information that's in this, but I want to start feeding it some information. So here comes the first part. Here you go. So what I'm doing is I'm giving it a context from which to create these questions. Sometimes I might have too much text since this is not a completely paid, but it will let me know if I go beyond, and I can shorten that amount of text down. Again, I have read all this. I'm not just cheating, but I want to offload some of the items for me. Not done yet, Mr. Robot. Wait. I have more text for you. Okay. Again, there is a word limit for some of these, so I do want to not put it all. Got to train it again. Remember, only reply I understand till I say I am done giving you context. Okay. Messed me up there. Adjustments to law. There we go. So we were right here in the text. So this is kind of a process, and I understand that. Almost done, I promise. I'll take this last couple sections here. And let's take a little bit more. And one more piece. Last one. Last one. Next, I will give you the objectives for the question. this, and here are my objectives. 1. What is forensic psychology? 2. What is the role of a forensic psychologist? Oops, got biscotti in there, as my mom used to say. All right, forensic psychologist in the legal system. Write 3 knowledge check questions based on the context I gave you and our objectives. And I was going to spit out some information for us. Let's take a look at these and see which ones I like. Okay. What is forensic psychology? Okay. And what is the role of a forensic psychologist? So these were the big 2 objectives that I had: defining psychology and identifying the roles of them. Perfect. I like these. Again, I have read them, so these 2 questions might be 2 that I want to use. But I'm going to take this one step further. But before I do, let's go ahead and add in some of our knowledge checks. I've got my document set up right here. It's all ready to go. And I'm going to name this knowledge check. And we're going to call this a knowledge check instead of content. And now it puts me in a place where I can put in my multiple choice or answer question, and as well as give it feedback. I'm going to take this one right here. What is the role of a forensic psychologist in the legal system? And I'm going to take my distractor answers here. And I may need to add other options if I have more than 2. I happen to have 4, so I'm just going to drop those in. And I see in my feedback, my correct answer was C, and that is correct according to my reading of the text. But I want to take this one step further. I want to give good substantive feedback on both correct and incorrect answers based on what I see, what I know, and what our robot friend here is thinking. It wrote these questions, so it's going to know. Okay, so now I'm going to tell it, provide feedback for the correct answer and incorrect answers. Combine incorrect answers into feedback into one block of text. Do not give correct answer, but do lead students in the right direction. Let's see what it gives us. Hopefully I get 2 good feedback blocks. Nope, this is not what I wanted. So you honestly have to have a constant conversation with these. Sometimes it doesn't quite know that I just wanted number 2. So let's try this again. Only for number 2. Okay, wonderful. And I want to combine all of my incorrect answers into one feedback item. Combine incorrect into one feedback item. There we go. So, forensics often conduct research, but it's specifically related to legal issues. And it goes on to say why some of the more incorrect pieces were incorrect. I like that. That's good feedback. Put that in right there. And feedback for correct answer for item 2. Perfect. I love it. It says exactly what it says in the text, so I'm going to borrow that. And what we've done is created a feedback item for our knowledge check with both correct and incorrect feedback for our students. They can do this as many times as they like. I love these. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Let's see what it looks like. Save. And this is going to tell you how many times students check this out, how many students do it, how long does it take them to get to the right answer. It does not go in the grade book, so it is a low stakes, perfect chance for your students to practice with your lecture materials or your textbook information, or both. And we did this all with the magic of an AI partner here, using this as a thinking partner to create these items for our students.